My name is Beattie, Managing Director of Beattie Passive Build Systems, and I'm here at our second self-build event in Hethel in Norwich. The event today has got lots of exhibitors from all different parts of the industry. Some are architects, where we've got workout sessions where you can come along and meet an architect and discuss your ideas. We've got MVHR suppliers, material suppliers, Regions, and also one of our main speakers, Richard Bacon, who's actually taken a parliamentary bill through and has now become an act through Parliament to allow more self-build plots to be made available by local councils. We at Beattie Passive here have got our Beattie Passive system that enables passive houses to be built very simply at a cost that people can afford. And those sort of houses are ones that don't require heating and cooling. So we can actually cut your running costs by 90% on your heating and live in a healthier, a better environment. We've also got here today other speakers looking at different ways of actually manufacturing different components. So you can come along and find out a whole range about how you can find land, how you can get the finance to actually then build that property. And it's a whole sort of a showcase of different ways of actually being able to build your own home.
In your presentation, you mentioned about the percentages of housing that is, the percentages of land that we don't have houses on.
Yes.
And that was about, did you say 1.5%?
There is a view, which is completely mistaken, that we don't have enough land in this country. Actually, we have a huge amount of land. Anybody flying over England, or indeed Scotland, will see that very quickly. We have huge amounts of land. About 1.2% of the land area, these are government DCLG figures, is taken up with houses. If you add on the gardens, you get to about 2–2.5%. If you add on everything in the built environment, factories, churches, railways, schools, everything, you get to about 9.5% or so. In other words, nearly 91% of the land area is not built upon. 97 or 98% of the land area now is not houses. You could double the number of houses in the United Kingdom and the vast majority of the land would still be not built upon. But people look at it in this rather strange way, mainly because of the way we do our housing in these large settlements that are tacked onto the edge of existing towns, and they're often very ugly. They're done to a budget. They're done in the cheapest way possible. They're not integrated. People are opposed to them because they know what it's going to be like. If you did something that was integrated, that went with the grain, where local people had a say, perhaps local people got first dibs at who gets to live there, you would change the conversation. The problem is that most people feel they have no say over what's built, where it's built, what it looks like, or who gets the first chance to live there. To change all of that, you would completely change the conversation, and that's what we have to do.
How does the proportion change when you were talking about Germany?
Well, Germany has 1/3 of the land area of Germany is forest, and yet there is an equilibrium between the supply of housing and the demand for housing in Germany, because instead of the housing being supplied by a very small number of very large companies who build when and only when it's profitable to do so, it's perfectly normal to go along to the local council and to say, I'd like to buy a piece of land, please, to which the answer will normally be, would you like a big one or a small one? And it's the council that tends to be the land assembly agent and actually the intermediate owner after it stops being owned by the farmer. They will hold on to the land potentially for many years. They decide what's going to get built where, and people who want to plot land just go and buy one. It's really simple. In the Netherlands, they have what they call plot shops on some of the new self-build sites. Anybody wants a plot of land just goes to the plot shop and chooses one. It's not that difficult. The problem that we have here is that the land is all controlled by a very small number of very large companies, and it's not in their interest to make it freely available, so they don't. That's what we have to change. Basically, it's not quite a monopoly, but it's nearly a monopoly. It's what economists would call an oligopoly, where you have economic power that's too concentrated. And the problem with having economic power that's too concentrated is the person who doesn't get a look in is the customer. What we have to do is put the customer back at the centre, and everything else will follow from that.
Hi, I'm Harvey from the National SelfBuild and Renovation Centre. We're the UK's only permanent visitor centre for self-builders and renovators, and we're really pleased to be here today at the Hethel Engineering Centre to support Beattie with their SelfBuild Showcase.
Hello, my name is Clarissa and I'm Associate Director at Total Home Environment. We help people design, supply and install sustainable technologies into their new build or renovations. So the products that we include in our portfolio are heat recovery ventilation, air source heat pumps, air to water heat pumps and central vacuum systems. Everything to make your home as healthy and as energy efficient as possible.
Hi there, I'm Chris Gamble from Customised, a London-based home technology company. We're here at Hethel with Beattie Passive to show visitors to the show home technology and how to prepare your home for the future.